Yes! Alrighty, what's up everybody? It is I, your tribal god of extreme, Peter Joseph here, for a beautiful Saturday afternoon video right here on the Peter Joseph YouTube wrestling channel, youtube.com/Peter Joseph. Make sure you like the video, hit that subscribe button down in my goddamn pants, otherwise known as the description box below. So subscribe to my channels all down below. Do it now, because I said so, and if not, you suck. And that's that. Share the video all over the internet. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And leave a comment on this video or any one of my videos on my respective channels from the past, now, and in the future. Conan, I'll get it out of my mouth. That's what she said. But leave a comment on any one of my videos from the past, now, and in the future, Conan. But don't be stupid comments. You'll get sent to the Shadow Realm, beaten severely. Ozzy and Satan will come out, laugh at you, and then beat you up some more, then eat your soul. So don't do it. Go to your dead channel that nobody really gives two flying fucks about. You think they do, but they don't. But it is what it is. Just do it over there, because you're not going to do it on my channel. Because you're going to get blocked, and if you don't like that, too bad. Just shut your mouth and get out of here. But you'll stay because you got nothing else to do with your boring life. You're just obsessed with me too much. Get a life, kids. And that's pretty much it. And if you're brand new here, well, welcome to the party, pal. We hope you enjoy the ride. Sit back, relax, grab the tasty cold one, put your smelly, stinky feet up and enjoy the show. If you like it, great. You know, too bad. Go watch something else. Or go do something else. Go do something else. Go do something else. Please, just do something else with your garbage fucking life. Go to a movie, go to a show, go do something. Go do yourself, I don't give a shit, just don't splash on me. Ladies, you can, but guys, get out of here. That's all I gotta say about that. I don't swing that way, so it is what it is. So, like, share, subscribe, and all that other good shit. If you're brand new here, welcome! As we're on the road to 1,300 subscribers, hopefully we'll get there by Labor Day weekend. So we got about a month to go. We're got about almost a quarter of the way left to get to 1,300, so we'll see. We'll see in the next month or so. That's pretty much it, because we're getting close to the end of the unofficial end of summer, Labor Day weekend, about a couple weeks away, a little over a month away, I should say, officially, about 30 days or so, but it is what it is. If you see my hands a little dirty, I had some chocolate. So, it is what it is. You probably didn't see it, but if you did, that's why. It's not shit, but no, it's chocolate that melted. But the missus got some nice Godiva chocolate for me. Good shit. Good shit. Good shit. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, on this beautiful Saturday afternoon, July the 25th, 2026. Hope you're having a great weekend. The pretty much the final official weekend of July. I mean, I know we got Friday the 31st, which begins the next week, the final weekend, but it's unofficial because Saturday and Sunday begin August, so this weekend is the official end of July. Well, you know what I meant. The official final weekend of July. That's what I meant to say. So, enjoy the weekend, go do what you gotta do. I'm going to the movies pretty soon with the missus, and enjoy my Saturday night. We got Collision tonight. Not that I must watch that. And then tomorrow, AEW Redemption at 7 p.m., guys. 7, not 8. 7 this time. Thank you, Tony Khan, for making it earlier. Not for the wrestlers, per se, but because, you know, it starts at 6 o'clock. The pre-show starts around 6:30. Well, actually around 6. Is in Montreal, Quebec, Canada, eh? So, gonna be at least 5 hours. Maybe plus 5.5 hours, maybe. Who knows? Because you got the post-show after, which just takes like 2 hours. I don't know why they do a 2-hour post-show. Go figure that one out. Sometimes they do it less, but most of the time, you know, Tony Khan's talking for like 5 hours. You know, because he has to get his cocaine in between. And then his Perrier. Please watch my show! We got a great show tonight! On TNT! I will never blink! It is what it is. That's pretty much it. So, yeah, we got Redemption tomorrow, the newest pay-per-view for on the calendar for AEW. And then right after that, we got All In. Coming away from jolly old London, England, me love. That's August the 30th, a month away from pretty much right now. SummerSlam weekend, next weekend. Gotta love the summer. Good pay-per-views coming up. And we got Death Before Dishonor coming up August the 21st for Ring of Honor from the EC Dub Arena in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, on the corner of Swanson and Rittner. If you know, you know. And then, pretty much August 23rd, Lockdown in Chicago, Illinois. And then, like I said, that big triple header, August the 30th, NXT Heatwave, All In, and the Triple R Show. And then the weekend after that, Sunday, not Saturday, Sunday night's main event from Bad Street, Atlanta, GA. Doon, doon, doon. So, a big month of August and Labor Day weekend coming your way. And I'll be here throughout that time period. And probably to the end of the year, maybe, just maybe, into early 2027. So I ain't going anywhere, motherfuckers. So, deal with it, bitches. And that's pretty much it. Alright, on this beautiful Saturday afternoon, nice warm day here in the Northeast, another great summer day. Hope you're all enjoying it. And that's pretty much it. Hope you had a great day. I'm having a pretty decent day. Like I said, I'm going to the movies to see, I don't know what we're seeing, but we're just going to go and have fun, go to the movies, and then have some dinner after that, and come home and go to sleep. And then Sunday, we do nothing. We're probably just gonna chill Sunday, maybe go to the park, and then watch Redemption. That's pretty much it. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, right now, everything I'm gonna tell you right now is gonna be said right now. What happened to that, Peter? You missed it. Get out of here. But you missed it. When would be now? Soon. Go. Anyway, right now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for your late and out-of-date NXT review for July the 21st, 2026. And as always, we are emanating from the parking lot inside of Nickelodeon Studios in Orlando, at the Capital Wrestling Center, in Orlando, Florida. Alright, another week of NXT action as we're gearing up for Heatwave at the end of August. Got a couple pit stops to make, but we'll get there. Alright, so as always, our commentary team, the man with... He's a creepy bastard. He has lots of candy, and when it falls on the floor, he gets mad. And that's Vic Joseph and his co-commentator, his partner in crime, the two-time Hall of Famer, the man who simps for every woman on the roster. You know him, you love him, you can't get enough of him. The Kool-Aid Man himself, the Sip Man himself, Black Snow, otherwise known as Booker T, sucker! Oh yeah, man, oh yeah. He is the Kool-Aid Man. Oh, yeah. Okay, calm down. Moving on. Alright, we got Tony D, my cousin. We're going to see him in a little bit. He's going to be defending against Evil, or Naraku, in a street fight for the NXT World title. See what happens with that, and a whole lot more. So let's get into it, and we move on. Alright, before the show's, the action starts, we got Robert Stone. He tells the referees, the referee who's going to be refereeing the main event between Naraku and Tony D, they can't touch each other before the main event. Because then, I guess the match is thrown out, or I don't know what happens. And then the creepy girl, Thea Hale, she had a nice performance in the TNA Knockouts TV title tournament. She won in the first round. I don't know how, but she won. Now she's taking on Indy Hartwell in the second round. Should be a good old-fashioned NXT matchup. We'll get that. And we'll see what happens with all that. Moving on with that. So Thea Hale comes in, talks to Robbie E about something, I guess getting a match. I don't know what, because she hasn't been on TV and had a match in a long time. And then Natalya comes in with Carmen Petrovic and the beautiful Evolve Women's Champion, Nikita Lyons. So Natty comes in and says, I'm going to beat Ms. Parker, Jada Parker, because they got a match coming up, and this might be the end of their feud. I don't know. We'll see. So then, D-Hell's like, what are you, I'm talking here. I'm talking here, Natty. What are you doing here? Get out of here. And this goes on for half the show. I'm like, why couldn't we just get Natalya beating the fuck out of D-Hell then? I don't get it, but okay. Moving on. Alright, then we get to our first official match of the night. 6-man tag team match. We have the resident painter from España. He's pretty happy that Spain won the World Cup. That's Romeo Moreno. Noam Dar, the supernova himself. I like how they did the old school metaphor introduction with him, and then he's like, ooh, and then you see Romeo Moreno, doing his weird, he comes out like, no, Romeo Moreno! So they team up with stripper Saquon Sugars, formerly of Dark State. They take on the remnants of Dark State, Dion Lennox, Cutler James, and Osiris Griffin. Match was meh. I mean, we've got a nice, they go for the triple powerbomb, and Dion has to be saved from a triple powerbomb by all three men through the announce table, because Saquon wants to kill that guy. But instead, Noam Dar gets planted, and we go to break, come right back, Saquon Sugars gets the hot tag, and he comes in, cleans house, including a basement dropkick from near fall on Cutler James. Then he dives into a backbreaker. Ow! How do you dive into that? Ouch! And then everything breaks down again. Romeo Moreno's springboard missile dropkick hits Dion. You have Dion Lennox, who is taken outside for a Death Valley driver through the wooden wall that always breaks. Maybe it's not so wooden. Maybe you should get a metal wall next time. Hey, Shawn Michaels. Plywood City. Anyway, back in the ring, a double toss power bomb by Dark State finishes off Raphael. I keep saying Raphael. Romeo Moreno, and they beat him in just under 9.5 minutes. So Dark State get the win, and I don't give a fuck. 2.5 out of 5 stars. After the match, once again, Saquon Sugars and Dion had to be held apart. So these two want to kill each other. Put them in a cage. Come on, Robbie E. You know it's going to get there. Put them inside a steel cage. Because you keep Dark State away momentarily, I think Saquon Sugars wins the feud anyway. So I think he already won at the last pay-per-view. So we'll see what happens with all that. Moving on. Alright, Izzy Dame and Boogie Hogan 2.0 and Dia Hale are unhappy with how things are going around here. Okay. And then the NXT Women's Champion, the beautiful Kendall Gray, I think with my girl Maddie Lankowski, or Ren Sinclair, and Jada Parker, they get into it a little bit. And then over Natalya, then everything has to calm down. I think it was in the women's locker room. Everybody's mad at Natty. Damn, the boat not getting some love, Oh, well, we get that. Moving on. Alright, so I'll give that 2.25 out of 5 stars. Then, we get to Kendall with Maddie Winkowski in the ring for a face-to-face showdown with the number one contender, the beautiful Lola Faisese. Oh, she comes out looking amazing. Oh, Poppy Priest, you bastard. Oh, be still my heart. God damn it. I gotta do a Shane Douglas to that. Anyway, so Kendall is glad Lola won the title shot. That's gonna happen next week this week on the program coming up this Tuesday. But Lola thinks this is going to be rough for Kendall. Rough, that's what she said. And the reality is that Lola isn't done in NXT, because a lot of people are saying, she's going to Triple A, because Poppy Priest is there now. Or she may go to SmackDown, and might do SmackDown and Triple A. I mean, we'll see. So Lola's like, I'm not done in NXT, I still got some more shit to do. But Kendall says, I'm already dominating around, I'm the dominant one now around here, I'm the champ, bitch, basically. And she's like, unlike you, it didn't take me years to make this happen. Well, kind of took like a year, but I digress. So, Lola issues the challenge. She's like, you, me, August the 4th, next Tuesday, Not this Tuesday. Next Tuesday, August the 4th. And she's like, I'll see you in the Underground, where she is undefeated. So I'm like, yeah, she's going to win the title, right? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think Kendall will finally beat Lola and give Lola her first loss in the Underground. So Kendall says, I'll kick your ass. So after August 4th, I'll kick your ass, and then you're going to go back to shaking your ass. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but... So, I mean, we'll see what happens with that, but I think after August 4th, we're probably going to see Lola Vice primarily in Triple R, and maybe we'll see her on SmackDown as we get past SummerSlam on the road to Money in the Bank and Sunday night's main event. So we could see Lola Vice on SmackDown going for one of those titles. Probably the SmackDown. Well, it depends. I mean, by the time we get to Sunday night's main event, I think we might unify those titles. The interim title that Mommy has, I think Mommy will be back by Labor Day weekend, that show, September 6th. And whoever wins the interim title, which might be Jade, it might be Tiffy, it might be Charlotte Flair, hopefully not, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. So we'll get to those interim qualifying matches and probably on my SmackDown review, probably later tonight. We move on. But good segment with Lola and Kendall, and that's it. And Mandy just stood there looking pretty, as always. We move on. Alright, then we get a video from my cousin Tony D'Angelo and Evil Nanaku. That's coming up later. Alright, so after that, we get Timu Oba Femi, that's Kiana Carver, taking on, well, one half of Hank and Spanker, Wank and Crank, Hank Walker. Tank is out there with his good buddy, one half of the male version of the Mulder Truckers. Because we had the female version, we had the female version back on Wow Women of Wrestling. They're gone now. Big Rig Betty, I don't know what she's doing. And then Holly J is, I don't know where she is. Like she was in NWA for a while, then she's doing some indie work now. Who knows where Hollywood J, whatever her name is now on the indies. She's probably just doing a lot of indie work. Gotta make that money, she has a kid. There's a documentary called The Indies on Netflix. I've been watching it. So the OVW story. Remember Al Snow's promotion? Well, I don't know if it's still around. And Holly J is on it with Big Rig Betty, and they had a big bloody brawl. Pretty much to end the documentary, because there was a few parts in it. Kind of interesting story about OVW. How it grew, and then, Malachi Sher was the champ, and then he got hurt, dropped it to Guess Who, Cowboy James Storm, who we haven't seen in God knows how long. He's a cowboy. Beer! Money! Oh, sorry. Good shit. But it's a good documentary. Go watch it on Netflix. It's called The Indies. And that's pretty much it. So, if you want to watch some not some backyard wrestling, some indie wrestling, go watch that. But I digress. Alright, Kiana Carver and Hank Walker was a bore fest, 4.5 minute bore fest. Getting to the end, and Hank gets in a flippy dippity doo through the ropes, go back inside, and then Kiana was like, that's it. Bounce! Period. Then the Alabama Slammer from Greensboro, Alabama. 1, 2, 3, Kiana Carver beats his Hammernager jobber, even though him and Tank were tag team champions. God. Anyway, so Kiana Carver gets the win, and then after the match, he goes after Tank again, but then E.K. Prosper, or Eli Knight, former Eli Knight, E.K. Prosper runs in for the save, and pretty much 3-on-1 beatdown. What? How's a guy like Kiana Carver get beat down by 2 jobbers? Go figure that one out. I'm not saying E.K. Prosper was a jobber, but Because he's had some decent matches, especially in a speed tournament match. I believe that match was with Elliot Lefleur. Remember him? Pepe Le Pew? The former speed champion before he got hurt. I haven't seen him in a while. He fucked his shoulder. I think it was his shoulder up. So we haven't seen him in months. I don't know if Pepe Le Pew's coming back. Well, we'll see. And we move on. Alright. Then we see Natty offering her services to Lola Princess, not in that way. And Lola's like, not interested. I am not impressed. No, go away. Natty's trying to help. Lola's like, I don't need your help. Get away. Go away, mommy. And she gets on the phone and talks to Poppy Priest. I don't know what she does, but anyway, moving on. Alright, then, this segment I love so much. We get Mr. Danhausen making his NXT debut. I will curse you. So he's in his lab. And then, of all people, this guy, my good buddy, follows me on Twitter. You're a good man, Shiloh. Shiloh Hill comes in. He's like kind of confused about where he is. And he sees Mr. Danhausen working, I guess, on his computer. I don't know what he's doing. He's like, yeah, I heard you are in business with teeth. So Mr. Danhausen's like, oh, you like teeth too, like me? And then Shilow's like, oh, look, my teeth. Shows his messed up tooth. And then he gives him a tooth. He's like, oh, this will do, just like put some adhesive thing on it. Then he showed it on Twitter. I'm like, I don't know if you put it in there the right way. Because he's like talking about, is the gum supposed to look like that? No. Should have went to the dentist. Should have called up Britt Baker, DMD. Not Bebe anymore, but we can't say Bebe. Because she's not with Adam Cole Bebe anymore. So, Shiloh, I think you need to call Britt Baker, DMD. She's on Twitter. That's how I sent you. But I digress. So Danhausen gives Shiloh a tooth. And Shiloh's like, well, I don't have any human money, but would you take a Bitcoin? It's like a flash drive almost. And he gives it, and Mr. Danhausen's like, we tried to put it in the computer like a fucking floppy disk. It was funny. I loved it. And I went on Shiloh's Twitter. I go, that was hilarious. Shiloh and Mr. Danhausen, tag team champions. I'm calling it. I want it. I want more segments with Shiloh and Danhausen. You put in Tatum Paxley, that's money. Whereas my good buddy AJ Francis would say, AJ, money, money, money. Can you spare about a couple hundred? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Not that I need the money, but, if he's offering, throw down a couple hundy, you know what I mean? Moving on. For your boy. That's me. Alright, after that epic segment, which you gave 4 out of 5 stars. Yeah, I'm being biased. I don't give a shit. Alright, then we get to Jada and Miss Parker. Miss Parker. Jada Parker. With Carmen and Nikita Lyons at ringside. This was kind of, I thought it was going to be good. This was, we get to the end. Natty's Mission Good Driver gets a near fall. Goes for the sharpshooter, sends Jada somehow to the apron. And then outside, calls a break. And then Jada gets her own chop block in. And then locks Natty in the sharpshooter. And then Nikita Lyons and Carmen are kind of arguing about throwing in the towel. And then we don't see them. And then we see the towel get thrown in. I'm like, who the fuck threw the towel? I'm thinking Carmen or Nikita, just like, they were arguing and whoop! They were like pulling, like doing a tug of war, and then it fell in the ring. And then the camera pans over, we see Thea Hale by the announce table. Oh, I did it! Look at me, I did it! So Jada gets the win via throwing in the towel, even though Natty never tapped. She never taps. Well, sometimes she does, sometimes she doesn't, but it was a kind of a stupid finish. So now we're doing a Natty Thea Hale feud. I know Natty's probably down to NXT to put over some talent. I get it, but she deserves so much better. I like the whole, now she's Natty, the MMA blood sport Natty, which they should have done, 15, 20 years ago? They just made it like, oh, she's just, she's Brett's daughter. Not Brett's daughter, sorry. She's part of the Hart family. She eventually gets married to, T.J. Wilson. We all know who he is. She teens with him. She marries him. I'm surprised they don't have kids by now. But, I mean, that's their decision. But, she's with TJ, and, yeah, she's had a couple of Divas titles. She's very successful. But, then it gets to the point where she was just used, and then they made fun of her. It was just like, what are they doing with Natalya? And I was like, oh, God, I'm thinking they're going to release her. Since TJ, sadly, can't wrestle anymore because Samoa Joe broke his neck by accident, of course. Though we think it's an accident, but whatever. But now TJ's a producer, very good producer in WWE, and Natty's just like floating around. Sometimes we see her, sometimes we don't on TV. Now she's been prominent on WWE TV, and now she's on NXT. I thought this feud between her and Jada was gonna go all the way to the point where we say underground, because Natty has fought in the underground against Lola Vice and lost. But I was thinking, since Natty has that MMA style background, or that Bloodsport type background, and I think Jada's fought in the underground once before and lost, let's go there. But now that Lola Vice and Kendall are going to the underground, yeah, and then I talked this over with Issa, and he's like, it doesn't make sense. I'm like, yeah, I guess it doesn't. Because you can't do 2 underground matches like it's Bloodsport. What are you gonna do? Alright, so Natty and Thea Hale starting a feud. I don't care. Move on. Then we get another video how we got to the point where my cousin Tony D and Nanaku set up their street fight, where we see what happened at the Great American Bash, where Tony D won, and with his eye, he got burned and all that other stuff. So then we saw what happened, I think it was a week or two ago, with their fight in the parking lot, and Robert Stone makes them street fight. Oh, we get that. Alright. Then, speaking of Robert Stone, we're in his office, and Mrs. Him, Kaylani Jordan comes in. She's pissed about what happened last week in that triple threat match. We Lola Vice won, become number 1 contender, and Kaylani's like, I should be the one that had the title match. So Robbie E says, well, the referee's decision is final. So you gotta go back to the beginning, I guess. And then OTM, Lucius Price and Bronco Nima, they come in, and they have a match set, I think for the tag team belts, or just a match. Though Bronco Nima has to decide if he's going to be working for NXT or Triple A that night. I guess there's tapings, I don't know. So then Lucius Price doesn't seem really too confident about that. It's like, so what about us, dude? We're OTM. You just can't go down that Triple A and be with Pelos de Mal. What are you doing? So I'm like, oh no, they're gonna break them up? Why? Another great tag team gets thrown to the wolves, basically. That's why there's no NXT tag team division. All it is wank and spank garbage. Then you have the champs, which is Benjamin Button's The Vanity Project. Who else do you have? I mean, you can put Romeo Moreno and Noam Dar there. They're going to win the titles? Probably not. Then you have Sean Legacy and Mike DeRuiter, or DVD, who should have been champs. I think it was last week they had that match. They should have won. But who else do you have in that roster that's a tag team? You have OTM, and now you're going to break them up just because... I don't know why they're going to break them up, just because Bronco Nima's in Pelos del Mal. So what is Lucius Price going to do? Sit in catering all day? The fuck? See, I'm just like, I'm going to just sit home and do nothing, collect my paycheck. Fuck that shit. I got to fight. I signed on to fight. I didn't sign on to sit in catering every goddamn week. or sitting on my ass. I mean, put me in Triple R. Let me do something. Let me kick some ass in Triple R. I don't want to sit at home and do nothing. I mean, some of these wrestlers in NXT, they don't fight every week. So put them on Evolve. Put them on Main Event. Put them on Triple R. I mean, there'll be Soda on TV. Some of them we haven't seen in God knows how long. It's just stupid. Anyway, we'll see what happens with OTM next week or whatever with this match they have. And for Kelani Jordan, I think she's going to have like some redemption arc and she's going to beat I think she's going to be NXT Women's Champion before she goes to the main roster and hangs out with her husband. That's called Mellow Hayes. Mr. Him. So Mr. and Mrs. Him will be on SmackDown hanging out with Mr. and Mrs. Trick Willie! Shaboom, Lash Legend. Get shit done. We got that. Alright, so I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars. Then we get back to the ring for our next match. Nico Vance, well, kind of, sort of still in the cuckling with Izzy Dame, Boogie Hogan 2.0 brother at ringside. Takes on, well, the former leader of the cuckling, the chairman of the board, chairman of the board, Sean Spears. It was an okay match. Izzy with the distraction, lets Nico come back. Come back. Nico gets suplexed off the top, so a superplex. And then Sean Spears fires off the chops, grabs the chair, which leads to Izzy getting on the apron. Then the resident rocker chick, Izzy and Lizzie, sounds like a cartoon. Izzy and Scratchy Show! Okay, no. So Izzy and Lizzie Lane comes out for a distraction, and Sean Spears, who has the chair, does an Eddie Guerrero. He's like, he fell, and then the referee looked like what the hell's going on? Sees the chair, sees Sean Spears knocked out, and he's like, nope, DQ. I'm like, oh, Eddie, you must be proud, right, Eddie? Eddie, what? Oh, I'm sorry, I was drinking. I'm sorry. Okay, sorry about that, Eddie. Did you see what happened with Sean Spears? He was kind of emulating you with that fake chair thing, like the old classic Eddie Guerrero. I thought it was pretty nice, but it wasn't as great as mine. Everybody tries to emulate me, but they can't emulate me because I'm so great. Well, I know, but it's nice that they emulate you and stuff. But they pay homage to you. I know, but it's fine. It's fine. I don't mind that. But they just don't do it as great as me, Eddie Guerrero. Okay, Eddie, we get it. Thank you. Now go drink your sangria and hang out with China. Are you doing anything tonight, Essie? Yeah, I'm taking the missus to some dinner. I'm gonna go see a movie. Oh, you have fun, Essie. You have fun. You're not gonna give it that heat later. Now, shut up, Eddie. Shut up. Gonna make her mad. Be quiet. Oh, I'm sorry, mamacita. Bye. I gotta go. Bye. Adios. Okay. Sorry, I don't know where he came from. I'm sorry. Get ready. Moving on. Where was I? Alright, so, Sean Spears wins by DQ. Match was meh. 2.5 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we go to the trainer's room. Not the trainer's I think we go, not to the trainer's room. We go backstage. Oh, Mr. Anthony Luke, Cam Hendricks, he says his knee's at 67.2%. Are we going to Steiner math again? My leg is 67.2% better. That goes with my 32.8% chance of me coming back to kick your ass. Okay. So he says that, then the North American champion, I also call him Ozzy Osbourne, and his good buddy Tavion Heist, they come in. Miles wants to reform Catchpoint 3.1. Okay, well, at least form the tag team. I mean, if you want to form the entire group, you need to at least get Maddie back. That'd be nice. But she's hanging out with Kendall Grace. I don't know if they can get the entire Catchpoint 3.1 back. I mean, good luck with that. So once they reform the team, with Tavion, they would get a shot at the tag team titles. Yeah, let's do it because there's no tag teams. So Robbie E, who's there, I didn't even know he was there, he agrees, but there's a caveat. only if Miles can successfully defend his North American title next week. I don't know against who. And then Cam gets a well-timed text saying, "Hey, I'm cleared, Robbie E. I'm cleared." So Robbie E says, "Well, if that's true, you could have the title match next week." And Taylor's like, "Oh, joy!" Fake text. Fake text. He wrote that himself. And he sent it to himself like an idiot. Because you know Maxine wouldn't send that. Maxine's too busy in, she's already in Austin Theory's DMs, if you know what I mean. She slid in really under the radar. Check your girl there, Cam Hendricks. Because we all know, Maxine Dupree and Austin Theory, they be fucking in the back. Oh, it is true. You just can't do a love storyline and say, "Oh, they're just actors." Right. I mean, they're playing a part, I get it, but somewhere down the line, somewhere in there, they're fucking. I don't give a shit if she is married. She is on Austin Theory's dick. You think remember when CJ Perry was kissing Bobby Lashley right in front of Rusev? In the back, somewhere in the back, they're like, Bobby Lashley, I don't know if he was with somebody at that time. It wasn't Sharmell, but who was he with? One of the Nitro girls back in the day? Forgot her name. Anyway. I think they divorced. I don't know what's going on with Bobby Lashley these days, but I don't care. Anyway. So, back in the day, CJ was getting that BBC. Somewhere, Bobby was like, say, "Hey, CJ, can I talk to you for a minute?" Next thing you know, they're in the broom closet fucking. You can't, it's nowhere safe in WWE or in any part of wrestling anyway. You're in the back, you see gorgeous, hot women, and then next thing you know, you're in a love storyline. Say goodbye to your relationship or your marriage. Bye-bye. Because you got to see that person almost on a weekly basis. And then you have to rehearse. I mean, goddamn, you have to rehearse a love scene. I mean, not a love scene per se, but a kissing scene. You gotta go, yeah, I think I gave you too much tongue. Let's do it again. Oh, I touched your ass inappropriately. I'm sorry. Let's do it again. Do it again. I'm like, gets to the point where, it's just fuck, alright? It's just fuck. Get it out of the way. We don't have, there's no strings attached. We don't have to tell anybody. We just keep it on the hush-hush. Just go to a hotel. Nobody knows. We're done. Fuck and done. And then you have to see the person every other week. You're like, damn, I gotta see you every fucking week. Oh, God. Damn, I gotta go back to the hotel. Fuck every fucking week now. Fuck! Why do you think I retired? But I digress. Shut up. What do you think I met her? No, I'm kidding. Moving on. I'm going crazy. Alright, so we'll see what happens next week with, possibly Miles will come Ozzy Osbourne and Cam Hendricks, and hopefully, for the love of God, they don't give him that belt. Do not give Anthony Luke the North American title. Do not. It just devalues the title that many great people have, like Adam Cole, baby. Devalues that title. Wait, moving on. Alright, then we get a vignette of my girl Nikki Martinez, always now known as Reina Vulcan. You've known them prosper. She's ready to prove that she's a natural disaster. I like giving her that name. The natural disaster, Reina Vulcan. So, she's in a match, her first match, her debut match with my girl Danny Sikelski, Skylar Ray. I found out today she got into a major car accident. Thankfully, she did not get seriously hurt. She got a couple scrapes, a couple bumps and bruises, but she's fine. Cars totaled, well, pretty much destroyed, but thankfully, nobody got seriously hurt. Like I said, Danny was in the hospital. I think she's out of the hospital now. But this could have been a lot worse. But thank the Lord we did not lose Danny Sikelski, otherwise known as Skylar Ray. But she's fine. I'm going to take some time off to heal up. But anyway, this accident happened, I think, after a couple days after this match with Reina Vulcan, who pretty much beat her in 3 minutes. Did I say 3 minutes? Yeah. Hey, but Danny Sikelski held her own in the match. And, so Reina Vulcan wins with the Torture Rack, known as the Natural Disaster. Great name for a finisher there, WWE. And I think it was, Big Joseph gave it, said that, or Booker T, I forget who it was, but, yeah. Torture Rack, and basically she just stands and goes, like a shaking Torture Rack, and Danny Sikelski gave up. Pretty easy. So, great debut for my girl Nikki Martinez, Reina Vulcan! And, that's pretty much it. So, we'll see what happens with her as we go on. Moving on. Alright, then we're once again in Robbie E's office. Product placement part of the show. My boy Shiloh, he comes in, and Robbie E has some popcorn chicken from KFC. Good chicken, though. I'd love to get some of that. And then Robbie E's all aggressive, and he requests, and, Shell's like, I gotta get a match with Tristan, blah, blah, blah. Tristan Angels, the Team version of the lead singer of The Darkness. So, Robbie E basically, it's like, Shiloh wants the match with Tristan, get done with this feud. So Robbie's like, alright, that's it, you get a match next week with Tristan Angels. Okay. So Shiloh calms down a little bit, then he takes the entire thing of chicken. You bastard. Wait, where's my box? Shiloh, my buddies, where's my box? Dude, couldn't have ate that all by yourself. Dude, hook a brother up. Shit. That popcorn chicken is from KFC. Good shit. But I digress. Me and the missus are not gonna go there because there's no KFC around my area. It's far away, but we're not gonna go there. But we're gonna probably go to, I don't know where we're gonna go for dinner. Maybe Applebee's, maybe TJ Fridays. I don't know where we're going. Maybe just go to a local rinky-dink bar and grab some food. Or maybe go to McDonald's, I don't know. Not a great date night, but, we go wherever we want to go. We move on. Alright, then an SUV arrives in the back. I wonder who's in the car. Could it be Hiromu Takahashi? We've been talking about him for a while, possibly joining up with Evil, and possibly Bushi. Because there's rumors that Bushi's coming to NXT under different names, of course, which I think is stupid. Why do you change Evil's name? I guess because we're PG. We're still PG. Why are we still PG? We're not even in PG. We're in TV. Where were we in TV 14? Not in TVMA, obviously. That's AEW territory. Why can't we just change the rating for WWE to TV 14? I'm just saying. I thought we were done with the PG garbage era. Why are we still in it? Anyway, so commentary speculates that this is who Robbie E was talking to on the phone most of the night, even though we didn't really see much of him on the phone. Except for that segment with Shiloh, he was on the phone and Shiloh comes in, fuck! I'll call you back! Alright, that's it. Alright, then we get to the main event of the evening for the NXT title, a street fight with Evil! And my cousin, come here, cuz, guess what's like, come here, here he is, my friends, my cousin, Tony D! That's my legit cousin, Tony D'Angelo. Well, not cooking tonight because we're going out, but if we're staying in, who's cooking in the kitchen tonight there, Tony? Salvatore? Salvatore, our resident chef, gonna cook us some pasta, some calamari, and all I have to give my cousin is $2! You want that shit? Go to your local restaurant and get it for about $15, $20. Because you don't have a cousin like Tony D. Ha 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 ha! Bitches! And I'm not lying about it either. If you think I'm lying, kiss my ass. Alright, so this is the first time that the NXT World title has been defended in a street fight. What? That's not right. That is definitely not right. Whoever gave him that line, Shawn Michaels, you didn't do your history? You didn't look back on that? You should know you took over for Hunter, and we all know the Black and Gold brand had a lot of NXT World title street fights. Gargano and Ciampa, anyone? So many. I don't know where that line comes from. Anyway, moving on. Great match. This was barbaric. Chairs were used. somebody, Naraku blows the red mist like he's freaking, the Green Muda. You know, blew the red mist in Tony's eyes. He's blinded, but he finds a bottle of water to clean out his eyes. That was pretty good. Then he go crashing through the LED board. Oh, boy. That poor LED board. And the barricade. Later on. But anyway, then he go outside, and Naranko hits the Widowmaker. Oh, that move. Puts Tony D through the announcer's table. I thought it was it for Tony D. Throws him back in. Goes to the red mist again. But somehow, Tony D was like, ah! And he blocked it, and it was like, oh shit, I blocked it! Then he rubs it in Naraku's eyes, blinding him. Then he hits Dead to Rights, which is basically that spine buster, which I call Forget About It. I don't know why he changed the Dead to Rights, but that's my cousin. Through the table, it was strategically placed in the ring, later, during the match. So, 1, 2, 3, my cousin does it again. 2-0 against Evil. Not a great start for you, Evil. I mean, couple great matches here and there, but now, what do you do? What do you do with Evil now? I think eventually, Bushi and Hiromu Takahashi will come in, and then I think this is gonna have a third match, probably at Heat Wave, and some type of another stipulation match maybe, and then I think we're gonna see the formation of Evil's little group, maybe with Shinsuke. We haven't seen Shinsuke in a while, so I think Shinsuke will be going back down to NXT to team up with his good friend in New Japan Pro Wrestling, and that's Mr. Evil. Maybe form like a semi-House of Torture type group. Well, hopefully not that, but, you know, some type of weird name. And, that's pretty much it. Alright, after the match, Tony D celebrates, but then we find out who's in that black car, and it's former TNA World Champion, now formerly of TNA, Mike Santana, who may be changing his name to Mark Santana, because his real name is Mark Sanchez, I believe. Not that Mark Sanchez, not for the Jets, but I think his name is Mark Santana, or something like Mike Sanchez, something like that. They're going to change his name eventually. I don't know why they should not. Because he owns the rights to his name, Mike Santana, so we'll see what happens. We see him coming through the crowd, and then he stares at my cousin Tony D to end the show. Oh, I would love to have that match at Heat Wave. So, we'll probably hear from our good buddy Mike Santana Tuesday night on the program with Tony D. I think they'll probably set up something for Heat Wave, and we get that. But, great debut from Mike. We've seen him before, now he's officially in NXT. I don't know for how long, but I think he's better off on the main roster, but that's just me. We get that. But that ends a pretty decent episode of NXT, and that's it. So I gave NXT 7.25 out of 10 stars, and that's it. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm Peter Joseph signing off. Peace out, rock on, rock hard with your Goku! And if you're not down with that, well, I got 3 words for you. Fuck you, man. And that's it. I am out of here. I'll be back later tonight with your SmackDown review over on my main channel, Kill Demon 669, so check that out, and that's it. Until next time, peace, bitches!